All right, it's week four. Dale Stiles for my week four video discussion. It's about 8:20 p.m. Friday night. Had a very busy evening. Um, Went over to the American Legion to make sure that we were open. And while I was there, um, storms were headed to the northeast in Oklahoma. And then it just kind of stopped, just north of the Red River. It just kind of stopped. And then it started to turn. And we're not done yet. And then it turned and it crossed the Red River. And when it did, it rolled over, an instant tornado. And it formed 8 miles away from us and was coming directly at us in a way that it was supposed to pass to the south. Touched down a couple of times out in the field where a friend of mine lives, and it got our attention real quick. It eventually fell apart and then turned a little more easterly, which took us right over the top of us. We had tennis ball sized hail coming down. My cars got damaged. My wife's cars got damaged. The house has damage. There's limbs down, and it's been kind of a mess tonight. So, and then in the other room, we were supposed to get home by 7:30, and start this Zoom party for my sister-in-law. The party part's over. They're playing games now, so I got away from that and came in here. So anyway, glad to see y'all taking care of yourself. I'm finally back to my self-care routines as well. I take 1 mile walks after each meal, and then do 4 little half-mile walks during my 4 15-minute breaks during the day, And then I do a round of 10 different exercises, 5 one day, 5 another, kind of an A-B rotation, and then and that's about it. I'm just now getting back into it. For some strange reason, I kind of stopped for a while, and got to figure that out. I got the weight sitting right here, just need to pick it up and do something with it. So the project, yeah, about that. I started a full week and a half behind everybody else, and with all the things going on with this project, I've been struggling to catch up. And last week we had storms. This week we had a bigger storm. It was fun. So I'm having trouble catching my breath because everybody knows I'm the weather guy, So everybody, it's been busy. So I chose to create a fictitious corporation that deals with veterans' health. And it's funny that we should be talking about this all at the same time, right? So I created the required pages and placed appropriate content on each. I've got the whole thing mapped out in my head, but only some of it's actually made it onto the various pages. These are things I do all the time. My biggest issue's been getting it done for the class between everything else that I'm doing. But we've always got this motto, I will not give in. I will not give up. I will get caught up. I'm gonna, I'm gonna have to stay up late though. I've been doing a lot of reading from my timeline, and I'm doing it on 3 opinionated news channels like CNN, MSNBC, and Fox News. Each has an interesting history. I've added a lot to my timeline, but it's starting to get bunched up. Like it just looks like it's 2 together, and I'm trying to figure out how to make it look a little, like it's got a little space in there. So I'm kind of curious what y'all did on that to make it look better. I'm also curious if we should be interacting with each other's Twitter, Facebook, and the other things that we're doing online, because 5 weeks is not a long time to put content out and then, kind of be discovered by an audience and then develop a following with them. So the content is really just sitting there, and It's available for grade, but other than that, we're not really getting a lot of feedback. So I just kind of feel like it's stagnant, and that's not motivating me in the same way that it does when I create something online. For instance, this week, we've got this rants and raves thing in town, and it, it's not moderated. It's terrible. All the things that we're talking about are going on in that page, and it's just ridiculous. So I actually created a new page after being prompted by a couple of people that know I do that kind of thing. And within the first 72 hours, I was up over 100 users, getting a ton of like, getting a lot of motivated activity. Almost instant feedback, and I just don't feel like I'm getting that out of the class. It's like it's just sitting there, and I don't know what to post next because there's not any feedback, So other than spending a lot of time in Photoshop creating an icon for each platform, I've not been adding a lot of photos to my different pages yet. I know it's important, but I'm also sort of picky about what I post. I want the pictures that I post to be my own. I want to be the one that took the pictures, posted them. I want to own it, but we just don't have a lot of time for this kind of a platform. So I know there's places where you can download photos. You can purchase. You can maybe kind of steal something, whatever. But being for class, and I don't want to spend a lot of money on something I'm not going to be productive on later. I guess the right thing to do is to post pictures that I find and then cite where I got them, and then hope for the best. And if, at the worst, they'll ask me to take them down, and by that time I've got my grade. So hopefully that's the thing that we'll do. I'm just kind of curious what the rest of y'all are doing in that kind of train of thought. And that's all I got for this week. Sorry, a little long and a little haggard. I'm just I'm frail tonight. Just spun up. Hope y'all are having a great week. Have a great Memorial Day, and I'll see y'all in the comments.